Marbles was a cat of simple pleasures. She found joy in the little things, like a sunbeam on the floor or a soft cushion to nap on. She lived in apartment 3B, a cosy place filled with sunbeams and soft chairs. It was her little kingdom where she ruled with grace and serenity. Marbles had a special spot on the windowsill, watching the world go by. She loved observing the hustle and bustle outside, feeling connected yet safe. Birds flitted past, leaves danced in the wind. The ever-changing scenery was her entertainment. Her human Lily always made sure her food bowl was full and her water fresh. Lily's care made Marbles feel cherished and loved. Life was good for Marbles in apartment 3B. She had everything she needed and more. Most days Marbles followed a routine. She found comfort in the predictability of her daily activities. She would wake Lily with a gentle nudge, then take a morning nap. This was her way of starting the day. Marbles preferred the known comforts of her home. She rarely ventured far, finding peace in familiar surroundings. The soft rug, the warm spot behind the refrigerator. These were her favorite places to relax. She purred a lot, a deep rumbling sound of pure contentment. Her purrs were a testament to her happiness. Lily often talked to Marbles, who would listen or seem to listen. Their bond was special, built on mutual affection. This was the rhythm of their life, steady and warm. Together they created a world of comfort and love. It started subtly, a soft sound in the quiet of the night. Lily would hear a tiny click, like a latch being gently tested. Marbles was not in her usual nighttime spot. Lily would call Marbles' name softly, and sometimes Marbles would reappear with dusty paws and a new scent. Lily figured out the source of the click, the window in the small spare room, leading to the fire escape. The not knowing began to bother Lily. She loved Marbles dearly and worried about her little cat out alone on the fire escape. Lily decided she would follow Marbles just once to see where she went. That night Lily pretended to be asleep, listening for the telltale signs. She slipped out of bed and tiptoed down the hallway. The spare room door was slightly ajar, and the window was open just wide enough for a small cat to slip through. Marbles was already gone, and Lily knew it was time to follow her midnight wanderer. Lily pushed the spare room door open gently, her heart pounding in her chest. She crept to the window, peering out at the fire escape, her breath fogging up the glass. Marbles, a small calico shape, moved with surprising grace on the narrow metal steps, her tail flicking with curiosity. Lily climbed out onto the fire escape, following the faint shadow of her cat, feeling the cold metal under her feet. Marbles was heading upwards towards the floors above, her movements deliberate and unhurried. Lily reached the landing of the 4th floor and paused, her eyes scanning the dimly lit surroundings. Marbles had stopped on the small platform outside a window, her ears perked up as if listening to something. The window was dark, but there was a faint light nearby. Marbles was not alone. There was a presence in the shadows. An elderly man sat on the fire escape, his head bowed, lost in thought, or perhaps in memories. Marbles was right beside him, just sitting there as if she belonged. Lily stayed hidden, watching the quiet scene unfold before her eyes. Her curiosity piqued. She had expected to find Marbles chasing moths, not this shared moment of stillness and connection. Between her little cat and a stranger in the night, a silent understanding seemed to pass. On a cold metal fire escape, under the vast expanse of the night sky. The elderly man sat on a small folded blanket, looking out at the city lights. The twinkling lights seemed to reflect the memories of a life long lived, filled with both joy and sorrow. Marbles rubbed her soft body against the man's leg, a gentle, comforting gesture. It was as if she sensed his loneliness and wanted to offer her silent companionship. The man slowly reached down a hand and began to stroke Marbles. His touch was tentative at first, but soon it became more assured, finding solace in the simple act. Marbles arched into his touch, purring a low, rumbling sound. The purrs seemed to vibrate through the night, creating a bubble of peace around them. They just sat there together, in the quiet of the night. The city around them buzzed with life, but in their little corner time seemed to stand still. The man's hand continued its slow, rhythmic stroking. Each stroke seemed to ease a bit of the weight he carried on his shoulders. Marbles leaned into him, offering a simple comfort. Her presence was a balm to his weary soul. Lily watched for a long time, tears welling up in her eyes. She had never seen such a pure, unspoken bond before. She understood now. Marbles was on a mission of kindness. The little cat had a way of finding those who needed her most. Her little cat had found someone who needed her. It was as if Marbles had a sixth sense for those in need of comfort. Marbles knew how to be a friend, just a steady, warm presence. She didn't need words to show her care. The man's shoulders seemed a little less slumped, and he even smiled. It was a small smile, but it spoke volumes. He whispered something to Marbles, too quiet for Lily to hear, but the way Marbles responded, it was clear she understood. Marbles just purred louder, nudging his hand with her head. Her purrs were like a soothing lullaby in the night. Lily felt a warmth spread through her, understanding the connection. It was a moment of pure, unspoken understanding and compassion. Quickly, Lily backed away down the fire escape stairs. She slipped back into her apartment, her heart full of many emotions. The next morning, Lily saw the man, Mr. Henderson, leaving the apartment building. His wife had passed away a few months ago, and he lived alone now. Marbles had found her way to him, a tiny beacon of warmth in his darkness. Lily never told Mr. Henderson about his nighttime visitor. It felt like a sacred secret between Marbles and him. But she started leaving her spare room window unlatched more often. Sometimes, late at night, she would hear the soft click and smile, knowing Marbles was out there, sharing her quiet comfort. Marbles was more than just a pet. She was a healer, a silent guardian of a lonely heart.